I heard a huge bang, and there was just a sea of people and clubs flying, and it was just, all I could think of was just a wave tsunami of people, as I keep using it, a tornado. And they were running for their lives. And then when they felt they were safe, I can tell you the pride and security and intellect of this group of people ranging from 20 to 50 years old, like it shone over and over again for the 10 hours that they were held captive in this house as my guests.
I was walking a friend home from work because we knew that it was going to be, protest downtown. I was walking friends home from work. We ran into another group of friends, ended up in the protest.
A little around like 9-10 p.m. There were at least 20 to 40 police officers that were in riot gear waiting before anyone arrived. And if you look at it, it is strategic advantage. My street is a one-way that is totally locked. It's locked in. It is a fortress. They had us locked in.
We do our chants. We have our hands up, don't shoot. I think we were there for about 30 minutes or so. And all of a sudden we hear move from the police officers, and they start pushing forward and pepper spraying us.
Peaceful protest. Never mind. Are you f***ing serious? Are you kidding? Do you guys see this shit of the police? Stop pushing! Stop f***ing pushing! We weren't doing anything! We were peaceful protesters! We are peaceful protesters!
I got pushed back. Somebody kind of picked me up, and all you hear is, get in the house, get in the house, get in the house. And there's this man just like pushing people in.
Completely peaceful. Now everyone's running into this house because they're about to f***ing throw bombs at us, smoke bombs and shit.
And I just said, get in the house, get in now. But the problem was everyone was getting blinded by pepper spray. So they're tripping on the steps, trying to crawl up. Then there's a backlog. And so I'm leaning over the railing and just like, guys, one at a time. Then there was a bottleneck, and I was like yelling inside the house. There's downstairs, there's upstairs, there's a backyard, spread out. And I didn't know what was going on inside. I just kept on yelling, get in.
And they were pepper spraying people that were trying to get into the house.
They shot pepper spray into the house, so the entire house is filled with pepper spray. People screaming, crying, looking out the window, waiting if they were coming in. The police were like baiting them and like basically heckling them through the window. Everyone was calm. They took care of each other. And after that hour and a half of mayhem, they started talking to each other. And I realized the 70 plus people that were in this house, they didn't know each other. And then you saw like minds that want to change, that were talking to each other. No one fought. Not a single person yelled at each other. Not a single person in a hostile environment to coordinate. They all delegated to each other and self-managed beautifully. We made the pack at 12:30. No one was going to leave until curfew, because the minute they stepped outside, they were going to get arrested.
At some point, the police officers were trying to get Rahul to convince everybody to leave the home. And they kind of had like the police officers kind of sneak off and kind of dissipate to maybe one or two people. And they were just hiding in the back. But they also had giant buses on both ends of the streets ready to arrest everybody that got out of the house.
They even had ploy people come up and say, I'm a protester, let me in. They even said, hey, listen, did someone call 911?
What'd you say? What's your name, sir? I do not need medical attention.
What's your name, sir?
No one needs medical attention. In fact, I have first aid training and what's the address?
We had called a lawyer to come to the house to see if they could help us figure out what would happen if we left the house. What are our rights when we leave at 6 a.m.?
No, I can, actually. So just let the pizza guy through, please, because are you guys hungry?
Yes! Yes!
The lawyer had to bring the pizza from the end of the alley to the backyard, pass the pizzas over his fence to bring us pizza. We tried to get him in the front of the house and the back of the house. We couldn't get him in.
Rahul! 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 Rahul!
I don't feel great about America, but I feel great about humanity. Because honestly, last night was a great display of humanity. He didn't have to let us in their homes. And I know he wasn't the only one. I think a few of his neighbors also had a few people in their homes, but it was a great display of humanity and community. You forget that in large cities, there are still communities there, and they are strong and they are resilient, and we take care of each other.
Hey, Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter!